Thomas Alva Edison was born on February 11, 1847, in the small town of Milan, Ohio, as the youngest of 7 children in a modest family. His early life was marked by hardship and struggle, not least due to the family's financial difficulties. When he was 7, the family relocated to Port Huron, Michigan, where his father hoped to find work that would bring them stability. Little Thomas, however, would soon reveal a curiosity and hunger for knowledge that couldn't be contained by the circumstances of his early life. Edison was a unique child from the start. By age 5, he was already asking questions that puzzled his family, probing for answers beyond what most adults could provide. His inquisitive nature, however, was not well received by the traditional school system of the time. When he entered school, his teachers found him difficult to handle, labeling him as addled and unable to learn. But Edison's mother, Nancy, saw in him a spark that the formal education system failed to recognize. Believing that her son had great potential, she pulled him out of school and took on the responsibility of teaching him herself. Under her guidance, Edison began to explore his interests freely, reading voraciously and conducting his own small experiments. By age 12, Edison was determined to help support his family, so he took a job selling newspapers on the local trains. He displayed an early sense of entrepreneurship, publishing a small newspaper called the Grand Trunk Herald, which he sold to passengers. His early earnings allowed him to buy chemicals and small instruments, and soon he set up a makeshift laboratory in a baggage car of a train. However, his first foray into science didn't end well. A small chemical accident caused a fire, and Edison was asked to leave the job. But his fascination with experimentation only grew. From those early days, Edison became familiar with failure and persistence, and he developed a mindset that would later inspire his most famous quote, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." This was not just a saying for him, but a principle by which he lived, driven by a belief that tenacity and hard work were far more essential than natural talent alone. As a young man, Edison moved to New York, struggling to make a living in the fast-paced, industrial city. But his determination and persistence led to his first major breakthrough, the invention of the automatic telegraph repeater, which improved communication over telegraph lines. This invention gave him the confidence to pursue other ideas and marked the start of a lifetime filled with innovation. By his late 20s, he had already patented several devices, but it was his invention of the phonograph that brought him public attention and acclaim. This remarkable device could record and reproduce sound, an achievement so groundbreaking that many believed Edison had somehow tapped into the supernatural. But it was the invention of the incandescent light bulb that became Edison's crowning achievement. At the time, cities were dim and relied on gas lamps that were both dangerous and expensive. Edison was determined to find a safe, affordable, and reliable way to light homes and streets. Over the course of several years, he conducted thousands of experiments, testing materials and making adjustments in search of the ideal solution. It was a grueling process that cost him time, resources, and occasionally his health. At one point, after thousands of failed experiments, a colleague asked if he was discouraged by so many failures. Edison famously replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This resilience and refusal to give up on his goal were traits that defined his approach to every challenge. Finally, in 1879, after years of relentless work, Edison succeeded in creating a practical and long-lasting incandescent light bulb. This achievement transformed the world, allowing for the development of the first power stations and the electrification of cities. People no longer needed to rely on candles or gas lamps. They could bring light into their homes at the flick of a switch. This innovation alone made Edison a household name, but he was far from finished. Edison's life was marked by a continual drive to create and improve. Over the years, he went on to invent and develop numerous technologies, including the first motion picture camera, advancements in the electric power system, and improvements in the telephone. In total, he held over 1,093 patents, making him one of the most prolific inventors in history. His Menlo Park laboratory in New Jersey became a model for modern research labs, attracting talented minds who helped turn ideas into inventions that changed everyday life. Edison's approach to invention, and his famous quote, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration," stems from his belief in the value of hard work and perseverance. Unlike many, he viewed failure as a necessary part of the journey. Each unsuccessful attempt was simply a step closer to success, teaching him something valuable that would eventually lead him to his goal. To Edison, talent and inspiration were only starting points. The real work, he argued, was in the process of experimentation, learning from mistakes, and never giving up. From Edison's life and philosophy, we learn that failure is not the opposite of success, but a vital part of it. Edison's words remind us that even the most challenging dreams can be realized with dedication, discipline, and an unyielding spirit. He showed the world that greatness isn't a matter of momentary brilliance. It's the result of sustained effort, continuous learning, and the courage to keep trying despite setbacks. Today, Thomas Edison's legacy lives on not only in his inventions, but in the way he approached life. He inspired countless others to pursue their goals, regardless of the odds. His light bulb became a symbol of innovation and progress, and his laboratories laid the foundation for the R&D centers that drive today's technological advances. Edison's philosophy encourages us to confront our own dreams and aspirations with the same tireless determination, knowing that, like him, we have the potential to make a difference.